Awaken the ancestors. Awaken deities. Awaken ancestors. Awaken deities. Come to my aid. Gratitude, ancestors. Follow my voice as you awaken and rise. Rise, ancestors, rise.
Greetings. Hi, how are you all doing? Make sure you get over to www.blissful-soap.com and get your generational beauty products. Make sure you tap on in with that. Get you some stuff, get you some sprays, some body washes, some body butters, some oils over there at blissful-soap.com and get you some generational beauty or get you some blissful soap. Also, make sure you head over after doing that. You head over to Barnes and Noble and get Listening for Footsteps by Lisa Duchette. That is available now on the Barnes and Noble website. Gratitude. Greetings, everyone. How are y'all doing? Greetings. And I got my glasses on and I still can't hardly see. Greetings. Gratitude. I appreciate that. You love the look. Gratitude so much. Yes, baby. The ginger is back, honey. Yes. So gratitude, everybody. We're going to take a look because I had a lot of people saying, the one lady, listen, when I get comments like I almost twisted my ankle trying to get over here to see what you said about Nolan Wells, I knew I had to try to just see what I pick up on from a different perspective. I do want to go at this a little differently than what I usually will tap into it. Because honestly, I hear things constantly about this. So I want to start off by saying and declaring first, I feel a tremendous amount of sorrow for this family and for everything that is going on. I have been told energetically and etherically that the stage is being set as this case is going on. They're just almost in a scramble in a sense, and we're going to take a look at some things. I will say when this first popped up, when this first happened, when Nolan Wells was first murdered and the news story broke, I was angry because that's why I didn't take a look at it, because I thought to myself, again, again, like what the fuck? Like why is this happening? Why would he be out there with them? Why did he trust them like this? And I mean, it is what it is, and I get that, and I don't want to victim shame at all, because he trusted people. As a Melanin community, we are always very, very loving. We love freely, and sometimes it is to a fault. And then all of the different discourse videos came out about how Nolan Wells' mother is identical to Mamie Till, which is Emmett Till's mother, and it's uncanny. And I thought to myself, this is the character that they have assigned to her upon her return again. And I just thought, this is just terrible that her energetic soul has to relive this chaos once again. And it's terrible. So I do want to just take a look and read some things, because the way I'm going to do it today is I'm going to go to the TMZ website, and I'm just going to, because I was just looking at it, and like I said, a video came across yesterday my Facebook of what alleged is the savages tossing around his unalived body. Now, some people say, "Oh no, that was a slam challenge. Oh no, that was AI. Oh, that's not a real video." Whatever it is, it hurt my soul when I saw it, because it looks real to me. There's nothing that's AI about that looks to me. It looks like savages. And I told Cena, I said, the video reminded me, hold on, Rakaya. I'm talking, Rakaya. It reminded me of um, the show Them. That's what it's called, right? Them, where they come and they get that lady's baby and they put the baby in the pillowcase and they're swinging this baby and they toss this baby around, and that's what it looked like to me. That's what it put me in the mind of. And so I just, it made me so angry, y'all. I didn't know what the fuck to do with myself. So every time I take a look at this case, I hear the name Zach, right? And so I don't know why I kept hearing the name Zach, but I did keep hearing the name Zach every time I took a look at this damn case. And I'm going to read you just two things that somebody sent. Two different people sent me two different things as we get into this and get started. Um, so just bear with me, and we're going to get into it, y'all. We're going to get into it. Oh, child, that door. It gets me every time. I got to find it. Hold on, I'm scrolling through. I'm just looking for the comment. I see it's a lot of new comments, so it's more. Hold on. All right. So Iris Douglas 1057 says, the Chanel Taylor House Publishing is doing a video about that right now and showing the roster for the boy I think it's basketball or BA Bart's football or BA Bart's football team. And I'll be damned if the name Zach is not at the bottom. Don't know if it means anything, but I found that very interesting. So that's one of the things that somebody sent. And then the other one is this Mac 1820 said Zachary Dalton Watson was charged with second degree murder for the death of Robbie Creets on June 16, 2018. Him and another person caused physical injury to Creets by assaulting him, wrapping him in fishing line, and depositing him in the river, causing him to drown. Now, I replied to that to say it really made sense to me because I had just told Cena we was driving like day before yesterday. I said I just had a vision of somebody being tossed in the water and somebody is like standing on the ledge of this thing watching this person drown. It was like I could feel myself in this water. And then I saw a girl laid out almost like on her side, rubbing her stomach like she was pregnant. So I don't know if all of that is connected to that, but Zachary or Zach could still have some sort of meaning to Nolan Wells. Okay, I just wanted to go through and say that, but that also made sense to me. So now to go back to where I was that led me on this. So this is where I'm going to start. TMZ posted and said Nolan Wells evidence shows he was on island when friend's boat left. Now there is a recording where they're saying, and if you would look for it for me and see if you can find it, send it to me real quick, or just pull it up. So there's a recording of these young men, these boys, these savages on the boat making this phone call. And so I'm going to read you some of what TMZ have here. It said evidence apparently shows Nolan Wells was still on Horn Island when his friend's boat left. TMZ learned sources with direct knowledge of the investigation claims authorities have evidence of Nolan being on the Mississippi Barrier Island after the boat departed on the 4th of July, which would be a huge development. We're told at least two witnesses, at least two, we're sure they weren't paid at all, were interviewed by law enforcement, say they saw Nolan on the island after the boat headed to the mainland. That's significant for many reasons. I'm sure it is, right? TMZ enhanced the audio of Nolan's friends frantic. Keep that in mind. That is so important. Nolan's friends frantic call for help when the boat was sinking. And people believe you can hear someone saying, "Is he dead?" But our sources tell us people on the boat have heard the enhanced audio and are telling people around the audio is only panic from the boat sinking. So I'm going to stop there. You found it? I'm going to stop that right there. I'm getting so dizzy. Hold on. Did she share that? Is that what that is that she just sent? Okay. Let's see. Here it is.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. What's a shame? TikTok trying to.
Oh no, that's that. That's that video. Okay, you got it. Okay. Oh, you sent that. Let's see.
So we have a cleaned up version of the emergency tow call from the 4th of July.
And I don't want to just play shit without acknowledging it's Dwight Thomas on TikTok is where this is being played at.
In the case of Nolan Wells, thanks to Janetta Brantley, who is a sound engineer and an audio expert. Now, before I play the cleaned up version, I want to say that I appreciated that not only did she give us the cleaned up version of the audio, but she explained her process. She did not use AI. And she told people to listen with their own ears and gave us a transcript. I also want to give a trigger warning because what you're about to listen to is really hard to listen to. It broke my heart into pieces, and I cannot imagine what this poor boy went through the day that his life was allegedly taken.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hey, look! Shut the fuck up!
Now, if this cleaned up version of the audio is
I don't hear frantic. I don't hear frantic. Did y'all hear frantic? Frantic was not in the part of yeah, we need, our boat is sinking. That was not frantic. Did that sound frantic to y'all? Because I didn't hear frantic. Now I did hear, is he dead? And all of that. I heard that in the background. I did hear that. That's what I heard. And the transcript looked like it matched it to me. So, all things that I say this evening is alleged. I have no proof of the things that I am going to say. I'm not sure of any of it. I'm not sure of the accuracy, but what I am going to do is just give you what was given to me by the soul and the spirit and the ancestors, and I will also give you what is currently being given to me by the soul and the spirit and the ancestors. They are setting the stage here. Like I said, I was on TikTok with Toddy a couple weeks ago, and I said what I feel like is that there was a fight before all of this came out. I said I feel like there was a fight, and some of you probably was on that TikTok. And I said I feel like they were trying to break it up, and somebody was super, you know how they do, superhero, and came and got him from the back and put him in a chokehold. What I saw would look like a wrestling match move where you put somebody in a choker like this, and then your legs are wrapped around. It's the way I saw it, right? Okay. So now that's what I kept feeling, right? Soul and spirit told me that he really had some thoughts of not even going to wherever the fuck they were going. He almost wanted to not go because there was something that had taken place like 2 weeks prior to that. Oh, I just saw something right here. Something had took place 2 weeks prior to him going on this trip. There was some sort of discrepancy or some sort of argument with someone. I keep being told football. I don't know if he played or if one of them played or who played or whatever the fuck, but I keep being told that. Now, there was some sort of discrepancy, right? I keep being told that like 2 weeks prior to, okay? And I also feel like in here that there were plenty of witnesses to that. Now, I don't mean that there was a physical altercation. I feel like there was like an argument and kind of beef going on, right? With between him and someone else. And again, I'm hearing the name Zach. I don't know if Zach is first, middle, last name to someone or where that comes in at, but this has a lot to do with everything. Excuse me, jealousy, and excuse me. Um, Again, I want to say football has something to do with football. It has something to do with females. This feels like a constant bickering or back and forth. Um, I don't know. I'm also needing to acknowledge a name like Sean. Now, Sean, the name Sean, I don't think this, I've not heard the name Sean either being mentioned in this. And again, that doesn't mean that that person was with them on this boat. I feel like we're talking about something about the friend group or someone that he may know or someone named Sean that would be connected um, to this discrepancy outside of this trip. Okay. Um, this is something that, like I said, 2 weeks, but honestly, I keep feeling like this has been a build up for like 2 years. Like, I keep wanting to say something about senior year or something. Um, and then like a following year before that or something. Um, Almost like this has been something that's been a buildup for a year and a half or something, and then breaking it down to 2 weeks before. Um, there also may have been someone that would have been acknowledged in knowing this discrepancy or something. Brian Heigelman or Hegelman or Brian, and then I hear the H name like Heigelman or something or Heidelman, like that may be someone's name at the school or something. I do not know, but I'm just gonna say it and give it. I really feel like this is about jealousy, okay? Because I feel like he was good at a lot of things. No matter what he did, I feel like whether that's wrestling or football or um, like athletics is what I keep wanting to say. I feel like there's a lot of girls that liked him. Um, And again, this stems from something from like the year before that has something to do with a blonde headed girl. Um, I feel like she's very easy, like someone that's very easy. Like, I don't know, like if you want it, you can get it. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. I feel like this girl just kind of had a thing for him or something, although she may have been attached to someone else. But I don't feel like it was nothing too big. I just feel like somebody like don't like him talking to her, didn't want him like acknowledging her, and I feel like it wasn't even for real like that. Now I do feel like she was trying to throw him the puss or whatever, but I just feel like it was not maybe like that on his end, but I keep feeling like there is a jealousy here. Also, let me state this too, because before I started the live, they told me the boy that's going and did the interview that was talking about um, having to miss Nolan's funeral and he will be missed. I feel like he was chosen as the spokesperson. That's what I was being told by the ether, that that young man was the spokesperson. He was chosen to speak. And again, I feel like it's still all fraudulent. Because why I say that? because I feel like they still know that person who's doing the interview still knows and still is aware of everything that has taken place. There is approximately, and I really want to say, within this dynamic of police officers, parents, and all of that, students, people, there's about 20 people that know what happened to Nolan Wells, and nobody's speaking on it. This is a massive cover up. Now, I did see somebody put that, oh, this happened a long time ago, and they're using this as a distraction. I don't know. Be that as it may, I'm just going to take a look at it and give what it is, you know. Um, Somebody also has red hair. Um, I almost want to say it stems from him. There's somebody that has like a reddish tint hair, could be like reddish blonde looking, but he would have that kind of hair. I want to say it kind of this stems from him, and when I say stems, I feel like he may be the antagonizer of the situation. Um, Not even necessarily like the culprit, but the antagonizer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Nolan would speak his piece, but I feel like it wasn't aggressive. And so I feel like just by the little things that were being said, got under this person's skin because this person already felt like the jealousy. Let me explain. Because it feels like, you know, how some people that are jealous feel like, oh, I can't be great because you're here. If you weren't here, like the status or the clout that you're getting, excuse me, would go to me. And that's kind of how it feels. Um, if I'm being honest, I really feel like there was a fight, and I feel like somebody is being kept out of the public eye or something because of a bruise. Um, and so I feel like a lot of fingers were being pointed, a lot of things were happening because they were keeping someone out of the public eye or something, or attempting to, because of a bruise. Like I said on TikTok, there were phone calls that had been made. And the phone call that was made that we just heard, that was like, oh, the boat is sinking, was a phone call that was told to be made by a female parent of some authority. There was a phone call made to that person, and there was a line established. Um, I feel like there was time in between this as well, and it could be um, anywhere from 45 minutes to 3 hours of delay of even calling, or getting the situation together and planned out. Yeah, that phone call was was planned out. That was a phone call. You know what's so crazy? Let me tell you something. I don't even feel like they were on the boat when they made that call. That's what's confusing to me because I don't even feel like they're on a boat when they make this phone call. And I feel like that's why the details or something were off or um, out of alignment with the phone call because I feel like they're not even on a boat when this phone call is being made, saying that their boat is sinking. I don't feel like that. I feel like there is a woman, one of their parents, female, allegedly told them to make this phone call. I do not feel like they're necessarily on a boat when this is being called in for whatever reason. Um, I feel like again there were words being exchanged, but this does not feel like an argument to me at first. It feels like just shit talking, and they're lying. This took place at like this started off in a kitchen or something at somebody's house at a party or something. This is like there are people around here. There are a lot of people and they're in the kitchen. um I almost feel like you can walk in this kitchen like there's double doors here or something to the outside. um this is where this started. This is where this was because I feel like somebody has a hat turned backwards. And I feel like that's the person he's talking to. The hat is backwards because they're going back and forth. And it's something about Nolan said, because you're a bitch or something like that. And I hear all of the guys like, oh, like they're egging this on or whatever. And this guy is getting pissed off but he has a hat that's turned backwards. His hair kind of looks, mm, kind of looks like the guy that's doing the interview. His hair. Um, it almost feels like kind of like capping, you know. And he says something about because you're a bitch or something to this extent, and they're going back and forth. But I feel like I don't think Nolan thinks that this is this serious. Um, I keep feeling like there are 2 to 3 girls in bikinis as well. One of them her hair looks wet. She's kind of short. Um, she's not like a brunette, but I guess I don't know what kind of what is that like not even a what is that? Like it looks blonde, but it's not blonde. I don't know what the fuck it is. What is that like dishwater? What they call it, like dishwater blonde or something? And it's like her hair is like pushed back, like she just got wet or out of a pool or something. And she's not really cute. She's not really cute. I don't know if her name is like Jamie. I don't know what the fuck her name is. I keep hearing Jamie, so I don't know. But she's probably like 5'4". Um, not really physically fit, but she's not fat. But it's you can like maybe pinch the stomach or something. Um, that's the main one that stands out to me. Um, I hear him saying something about she was giving somebody else the address or something. Um, to invite more people, or somebody else was gonna come over or pull up or something. Um, I feel like this is like whomever she's given the address to or whatever this is. And again, this is all alleged, okay? This is all alleged, okay? I have no idea, okay? Um, but this is like either for like weed or shrooms or something. Um, I feel like Nolan was rushed. Like you know how somebody like a football rush, like rah! Like and like rush, like slam into, and I feel like they're fighting. Like the guy head looked like he rushed into him like this, and I feel like it's fighting. Um, and now everybody is like, what the fuck is going on? Um, hmm, this isn't just a single fight though, because there's a fight allegedly. I don't know. I could be off and I could be wrong, but there's a fight. But the fight is being broken up. I feel like it's like, what the fuck is going on? What are y'all doing? I keep feeling like there is actually an adult there as well. Um, like when I say adult, I mean over 18, like over, I almost want to say like over 21 is there. I feel like the fight is being broken up, but they like the person is still wanting to fight. But this is the one thing I keep wanting to say. This shit is boggling my mind because I feel like, I don't know, bitch. This feels like when this energy kicked in, it almost feels like, oh man, it just seemed, mm, I don't know, bitch. It seemed like all of these motherfuckers became like triggered or whatever. I don't know. This is just crazy because I just feel like these motherfuckers like turned on him. But and I hear you, I understand. Not every one of them, but it's like three or four of them turned on him or something. Um, also, I'm gonna say it because I keep hearing big dick energy. It's the words I keep hearing, big dick energy. And so I don't know if it was like also something that was said like even when I'm in the pool or even when I'm wet, my dick is still bigger than your dick. Something because they're like I said, they're playing like they're capping or was supposed to be, but I feel like this shit went all the way because of already things that were already taking place and in alignment here. Um, Now again, like I said, I keep feeling like this took place in a kitchen or like or by an island. Um, like I feel like if you come through the two double doors, the glass doors here that goes open up to like the backyard or to a pool or something, and you come in, I feel like there's like maybe a table or something, and then an island, and then it looks like on this side is where like the stove and shit, and it comes around like this is a big house. Um, because this is either a stove or a sink here, and I feel like maybe the refrigerator is on that side across on the other side of this island. Why am I saying that and why is that important? Because I feel like Nolan's head hit this island. um and I keep hearing, yeah nigga, yeah nigga, yeah nigga. That's not coming from Nolan, that is coming from one or two of these genome boys. I keep seeing kicks because, like I said, this is not just a single fight. Doesn't seem like a single fight to me. This feels like a fight that took place, a breakup. Um, a breaking up of the fight, and then it's something about the person coming to drop off or like sell the weed or something to them, or excuse me, confirmation, or shrooms or whatever the fuck, or both, or whatever that is. Because I feel like this kept going. Like this is like it's like they became triggered, and like they turned on him. And I feel like he's fighting for his life because I feel like now the second fight has broken out, but I feel like he hit his head like on this island, and I feel like he's being kicked or something. Um, like his body was fucked up, and I feel like, see, I don't pay attention to this case. They found him in the water. Did they put him in the water? They found him in the water because his body is fucked up, and um I feel like they put him in the water, right? But okay, yes, they found him in the water. But let me tell you why I feel like this was a necessary move, because I feel like his body was extremely fucked up. I feel like his body was fucked up. And I feel like they put him in the water so it seemed like the water did damage. Okay. Um, I kept wanting to say that, I keep wanting to say, I should say, I almost wondered if he was still like not dead when they put him in this water. Because I'm wondering if that's who I kept having the vision of. I'm like, I'm on my back sinking, and it's not like I'm fighting trying to get out the water. I am like this going down, and I see somebody standing on, to me it looks like a dock, if you would, you know what I mean, like the little wooden docks you can walk down the long strip. It looked like somebody is standing at the edge of a dock, like watching this. um 3 phone calls were made. They have kicked into gear. They have called in favors. They have silenced some of these girls. What I keep hearing is, are you willing to ruin this kid's career behind this? Like his life. Are you willing to ruin his life behind one person? Like one thug, or like they're trying to paint him out as something else, within this, them calling in favors. Because this also has something to do with phone records, and like taking things off of phone records or something, or clearing, um like something. Maybe that's the social media that I saw that they had cleared, but it could be deeper than that, because I feel like they cleared stuff, they deleted stuff off of records or something. Like I keep hearing they called in there, or they called the coach as well. They looked at disciplinary records, trying to make it seem like, trying to see if he was a problem, and can we say that he had did that. Like, has he ever displayed anything? Because they were going to just go with that he drowned. Like they had, I feel like, if I'm being quite honest, what I keep hearing is there's 8 different stories that were spent here. Eight different stories, 8 different narratives. Like I keep hearing something about he fell off the boat. Um, of course, the one about him being left behind. Um, he was never with us after a certain period. He wasn't with us. Um, he got in the car with someone. Again, I keep hearing the name Sean. Um, it's important to know that they moved his body 3 times. So I hear it's important to know that they moved his body 3 times. He, I don't think he was dead. I think they thought he was dead. Because I'm being told shallow breathing. Um, and I also hear somebody say we're going to take you to the hospital. Um, there's a movie called American X. In the movie, the racist boy, he put the young black boy's face on a curb and then stomped the back of his head. Now, it's not that, but I feel like Nolan is being kicked, and I feel like his face or his head has hit this island or something, because I feel like he's still being kicked or something. That's after the boy was choking him, because he was not dead. He had been choked. His body is fucked up. Like I feel like he had broken ribs, like 2 to 3 broken ribs. I feel like that. Um, I also keep hearing something about the femur. I don't think it's broken. I feel like it's bruised, or may have a crack in it or something. Femur. I feel like the damage is to his face or something. Um, his body is fucked up. I feel like there's a lot of broken bones or something, dislocated shoulder. They're not being honest. Um, I believe they had talked to a coroner, or medical examiner. I actually feel like there's 2. And again, I don't know. Alleged, okay. Um, they also have people feeding stories to the press to muddy the water. I keep hearing something about a bracelet. Now, not like a bracelet like this, but like sometimes how guys wear the little string, like twisty tied type bracelet. I keep hearing something about the bracelet. But it's like a string, and it could be blue and white or red and white or a multicolor. Okay. I almost feel like a couple of them had that, or wore that or some shit. Okay. I don't know, y'all. I could be off. I'm just giving you what I pick up on. I don't know. I could be off. I'm just gonna tell you what I get, okay? Um, I feel like the biggest thing is what they were wanting to hide or tried to hide is something about his jaw being dislocated. And I feel like that's the biggest thing, or whatever. But I feel like that's why they also tried to, not the sole reason to put him in the water, but I feel like the water, oh, by the time they find him, like the water will have done damage. You won't be able to tell. You could say that, oh, he, whatever, whatever. Could be, hit by a boat or whatever. Like they were spinning a lot of narratives in their mind trying to put this together and figure this out. Um, I don't know if he's saying Sean or John, but two of them were crying when they had to put him in the water. These, like, there were adults, like two fathers or something showed up and put this young man in the water with them, and there's two of them that are crying. Um, John, John. I think somebody else is John, but I feel like that may be an adult or somebody like yeah, like an adult or something. John or Jimmy, Jim, John, Jim, Jimmy, something like that. Um, but I feel like the adults, the two adults that showed up, the males, did not put the body in the water. I feel like they made the boys put the body in the water. Um, and I feel like they have made plans for these children to be separated, like say if they're going to college or something, and or something, I feel like you have to go here and you're going to go over here or something. Like they're not wanting them to be communicating like that for some reason, although I feel like they're sticking as a unit. But it's like you're gonna go here, like you're going up north to like New Hampshire, or you're going up here. um you're going to spend the rest of the summer in the Hamptons or whatever the fuck. It feels like they're trying to spin a narrative but separate them at the same time. Like my stomach feels sick. I don't know if he was also bloated with water or something. My stomach feels so sick. Um, I just hear a lot of names. I keep hearing Casey or Cassie, Casey, um, Shauna, and Debbie. I feel like to Nolan's face, like some of these parents really liked him. He's a good one. He's one of the good ones. But I feel like it's also like, yeah, watch that boy. Like I feel like there were shit talking. Like this is the parents' fault. I feel like this is like one of the male parents' fault and a female parent fault, because I feel like they were making their child feel less than, as if Nolan was showing them up. Like I said, this has been a stemming problem for a year and a half or 2 years or so. But up until 2 weeks prior to this happening, this trip happening, I feel like there was some sort of rivalry or beef going on. um, that goes deep, very deep. But this is a lot of jealousy, and I blame the parents for this. So there's a mark, there's some kind of marking or something, or scratch, tear, bruise, or something they were trying to keep out of the public eye, which is why I feel like they spokesperson chose someone to speak out. Um, Sean or John, Sean or John, I don't know. Um, I need to acknowledge the number 13. I don't know what that is or what that means, but the number 13. I also keep hearing the racial slur, but it's not being said like they're trying to say it like in a derogatory way. I feel like one, he overheard somebody say something that was like, you know how they do, they laugh as if it's a joke, but it's not funny. But I feel like he let some things go. Um, I don't know why I keep hearing Sean or John, but he let some things go, and then it's like, I don't know, like they think they can say like, yeah, that's my nigga or whatever. But I feel like it's only being used in front of certain people, him being included. Like I feel like it's being said, but it's like I feel like somebody pulled him to the side during this trip and was talking to him like, it's not like that, like we're all friends here. Like it feels like something like that. Like he's being gaslit like a motherfucker. I feel like Nolan did not have a issue with talking to females or getting attention or just being himself. Um, I also keep wanting to say academically solid or something, although I feel like there may have been some things he could have done differently or better in or something, but I feel like academically solid. Like I feel like really kind of well rounded, but I feel like maybe it's his environment or where he grew up to where like his friend group is just genomes because of where he grew up or whatever school he's gone to or neighborhood. This hurts so fucking bad. I keep trying to go around it. That hurt bad as fuck. I think that's from like him being choked. That hurts. I feel like again there was a conversation within the 2 weeks or upon this trip or in this house because I keep hearing somebody say, "But did you fuck her though?" Like, no, for real, you can tell me, did you fuck her? Like, I keep hearing that, and I feel like he's laughing, like, "Nah, no, I didn't." Like, so I feel like this is like, bro, you could tell me, like, that's totally cool. Like, he's like, I didn't. Um, you know how somebody keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and so then you're like, all right, well, fuck it, then I did, but I don't think he did. Um, because I don't know if I don't know if he had been having a girlfriend but didn't at this time, or he had been broken up, or if he was like just talking to someone. Because I just feel like um, I do keep hearing that name, Katie, but I didn't want to bring up that name because I heard that name in the like different I've heard her name being said on the web. So I didn't want to say that name, because I've heard that name. I wanted to kind of bring things out that I had not heard, to try to put more clarity to me to some of this. I don't know, but um, also say the name Josh or Joshua. So I'm going to say the name Josh or Joshua. Um, but again, I don't even feel like they're on a fucking boat when the call is being made. I really don't. Um, I feel like they're with somebody and somebody told them to make this phone call. Um, get the fuck out. So, okay. Somebody told them to make this phone call because they knew it would be recorded. But it's a fraudulent phone call, because I feel like after that something is canceled. They this is not a real fucking phone call. They were told to make this call because it would be recorded. They're not really on this boat. Somebody told them to make this phone call so it would be recorded, or whatever the fuck that is, and why the fuck ever, I don't know. But I don't feel like they're on the boat. And again, I did hear the things that's happening in the background. Um, there's like 20 people that fucking knows what happened to Nolan Wells. And I just think it's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing. Um, we just got to quit loving so freely and surrounding ourselves with danger. Because I'm telling you, I feel like the energy moved within this house or this place where they were, which feels like a kitchen to me. That's what I keep seeing, a kitchen. I feel like it moved and other people jumped in this, and he was jumped and beaten badly. Um, I don't necessarily feel like he was like hit with a crowbar or no shit like that. I feel like his head was hit on a kitchen island. And I feel like he was kicked in his face or head and in his body, and he's being beaten and he's choked. Like, but I just don't feel like I feel like it's shallow breathing where he's still, but they probably think that he's dead, but I feel like he can't get up. Something about shaking too. But he can't get up. So whatever that is, okay. I'm gonna leave that right there, you guys. I don't know. I hope this helped. I don't know if I did anything, if I gave anything. But um the phone call wasn't frantic, and they're lying. They're spinning the narrative. Like I said, they're paying people to also put stories out and do different things. They're trying to save these savages. It's three of them that I want to say, three savages that are actually responsible for the injuries to Nolan Wells. Okay, so um, excuse me, I don't know, but yeah, okay. Excuse me. Gratitude so very much. Okay. Um, I appreciate you all. If you have any knowledge of anything that I've said or whatever, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. I definitely appreciate it. I have not followed this case too much, really, because it makes me angry. If I see something, it's because it pops up on my TikTok or Instagram, or and I typically try to scroll past it because I don't want to be fucking angry. I just don't want that kind of stress in my body. But once I saw that video, I don't know if it's real or not, but I don't like it. It broke my heart. And I call out to all of the witches, practitioners and root workers. Get on your job. To the covens, get on your job. Go into your bag and ask your ancestors or spirit team, spirit guides to assist you to make sure that justice is served and all is exposed. Okay. I show gratitude, and my condolences and love is sent to the Wells family. I appreciate you all for being here. Gratitude so very much. Solitude de Wa. Make sure you get over to blissful-soap.com to get your generational beauty products. Also over to Barnes and Noble to get Listening for Footsteps. And if you want to send a donation, please do. You can use this Cash App, or you can use $ Go Gina Son, GOGINASON. Okay. Go Gina Son. I will put it in here just in case you want to donate something. If you don't, that's okay with me as well, my loves. But I will put it up here. You can also send a donation to this right here, and it'll come up under Jose. Okay, so I appreciate y'all. I love you to life. Gratitude. If you have any thing that you want to send, like far as validations, please do put it in the comment section. I love you to life. Solitude de Wa, Solitude de She El Manti. Gratitude.